Good evening, I'm Michael, and you're watching Kini News, the show that brings you today's biggest stories in bite-sized packages. Are you having Monday blues? No, not me, but I know two people who may not be having the best day.
Pontian MP Ahmad Maslan and former Johor Bahru MP Shahrir and Ahmad will be charged at the Kuala Lumpur Sessions Court on Tuesday after they were arrested by the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission earlier today. In a statement, the MACC said Shahrir and Ahmad will face 1 and 2 charges respectively under the Anti-Money Laundering, Anti-Terrorism, Financing and Proceeds of Unlawful Activities Act 2001. Ahmad and Sharir were detained separately this morning after presenting themselves at the MACC headquarters in Putrajaya. They were subsequently released on MACC bail.
Pakatan Harapan did the almost impossible on May 9, 2018. By defeating BN, a coalition that was in power for over 6 decades. Now, 1 year, 8 months later, the question people are asking is, will Harapan remain in power after the 15th general election? Here's Dr. Mahathir's take. Just 2 days after Harapan lost the Kini by-election, Prime Minister Dr. Mahathir Mohamad said the ruling coalition could be a one-term government if it does not make some changes. Mahathir told reporters in Langkawi today, quote, "We have lost 5 by-elections, but they still don't understand." He added that he told Harapan that in a democracy, they need a strong support from the people, but instead they fight amongst themselves and divide the people. Mahathir was also quoted by Reuters as saying that Harapan is not going to win unless they change their ways. In Harapan's latest upset, UMNO's Muhammad Alimin defeated his warisan opponent Karim Bujang by over a 2,000-vote majority on Saturday. However, at a press conference at noon in Langkawi, Mahathir appeared to deny the Reuters report.
Ya, kita kalah dalam 3-4 pilihan raya kecil. Tetapi itu tidak bermakna kita akan kalah dalam pilihan raya yang besar. Itu Reuters punya pendapat. They are entitled in this free world. They are entitled to their opinion, but my opinion is different. Thank you.
Papago is no stranger to controversy, but usually he's the one approaching people, like during the Semeni by-election in the incident involving Syed Sadiq Syed Abdul Rahman. But in Sabah, Papago was approached by around 20 men and things heated up quickly. One Muhammad Azri Wanderis allegedly tore up a picture of Sabah Chief Minister Shafi Abdal at an anti-PSS demonstration. The image of him doing so went viral during the Kini by-election campaign. With Warisan's defeat only adding insult to injury, a group of angry Warisan supporters confronted the BN blogger at the Kota Kinabalu airport on Sunday, which resulted in a minor scuffle. The blogger known as Papago was in Kimanis to campaign for the BN candidate in his capacity as UMNO Youth Exco member. According to a report in Free Malaysia Today, the portal's photographer, Muhammad Rabani Jain, witnessed the incident in which a group of 20 men approached Papago. It started with an exchange of vulgar words before a brief scuffle ensued. Papago was then escorted to the departure gates. However, Warisan has denied involvement in the scuffle. Malaysians love 2 things, free things and food. If you combine those things together, free food, that's just beautiful. It's the first day of the free breakfast program for selected students. Our reporter Mandy Leong visited 2 schools this morning to check out the progress.
A plate of nasi lemak, a chocolate biscuit and a small slice of honeydew melon. This breakfast should provide the nutrients and energy that's needed to fuel these students' morning. These schools have gone through a stringent process to make sure that only those qualified are eligible to take part in the program.
Jadi walau bagaimanapun kita masih melihat dari segi dan mengesahkan dari segi pendapatan isi rumah, sebab kita ada paras garis kemiskinan nasional itu yang perlu kita patuhi, dan pada masa yang sama kita juga edarkan borang kepada ibu bapa, sebab kita tak boleh memberi makanan sebarangan kepada murid, perlu ada persetujuan daripada ibu bapa. Jadi murid-murid yang mendapat makanan ini telah pun mendapat persetujuan ibu bapa, dan keduanya borang itu juga meminta memaklumkan kepada sekolah sama ada sebarang alahan alergi kepada makanan ataupun certain restrictions dari segi makanan yang boleh diambil oleh murid.
When the breakfast program was first mooted by former Education Minister Mazli Malik, it was proposed that free breakfast should be given to all primary school students. However, after facing strong objection, now only about 4,000 students from underprivileged families are a part of the free breakfast program. We spoke to the parents to see how they felt about this.
Actually, kalau diberi peluang pun, I mungkin tak ambil lah. Sebab mostly I fikir lebih baik bagi pada yang lebih perlu lah macam tu. Especially yang B40 lah. Sebab memang sarapan pagi memang penting lah untuk kids. Tapi kalau kata parents tu mampu untuk sediakan sarapan pagi, why not kan?
Kalau bagi saya lebih baik semualah. Tapi tak tahu juga kalau cikgu ni bagi dia macam terpilih saja yang budak yang macam miskin ke, kita pun tak tahu kan. Tapi lebih baik pun bagi semualah, semua budak boleh makan.
If the program is executed well, no child shall be left with a tummy rumbling from hunger, allowing them to focus on their studies. Then a good education may no longer be a privilege for a lucky few, but a right to all.
Different governments take different approaches on a range of issues. I mean, if they were the same, change would be pointless. After criticism from BN on how Harapan has handled tolls, Lim Guan Eng will tell you Harapan's approach is better. But why? Finance Minister Lim Guan Eng said in contrast with how BN did things, Harapan's approach towards highway operators not only eliminated scheduled toll charge increases for the North-South Highway, but also eliminated the need to compensate the highway operators with tax money.
So here it is superior in every respect. And why is it superior in every respect? Because this government rejects the previous government's policy of privatizing profits and socializing losses, which means that all the profits go to the few companies. Whereas under this administration, we want the profits to go back to the people of Malaysia.
Lim's comment comes after BN criticised Harapan's decision to extend Plus Malaysia Berhad's contract by 20 years in exchange for the company lowering toll charges by 18% and eliminating the need for compensation.
That's why we are able to do what Barisan Nasional cannot do. We have reduced toll rates. And this for NorthSouth Highway. Of course, they claim, they have stopped toll collection for 1 or 2 tolls. We can do that. But what is more important than the NorthSouth Highway? This is the big one.
The North-South Highway spans from Jitra in Kedah to Johor Bahru in Johor, linking up all major cities along the west coast of Peninsular Malaysia. 10 state PKR chiefs have called the disciplinary board to sack Zuraida. Will the drama in PKR intensify?
PKR Secretary General Saifuddin Nasution has advised Party Vice President Zuraida Kamaruddin to stay calm and focus on responding to a show cause letter issued by the party's disciplinary board on the 15th of January. He said this in response to a question on Zuraida's remarks on the show cause letter.
Bila nanti ditetapkan masanya oleh Jawatankuasa Disiplin, beliau tampil untuk memberikan penjelasan. Itu lebih baik. Kemudian let the due process take place. Tak payah kita nak ada pengaruh sana, ada pengaruh sini, tidak.
Yesterday, Zuraida said that she planned to respond to the show cause letter and was optimistic to receive a fair judgment. She added that she hoped the party's disciplinary board would act fairly and not be influenced by any quarters. Zuraida declined to divulge the reasons for the show cause letter but hinted that it had something to do with a fiery speech she made during a gathering of PKR Deputy President Muhammad Azmin Ali's supporters at the Renaissance Hotel last month.
Coming up next, you've never seen an ang pao collection this impressive. Marchers are heading to Davos for climate change. For some dedicated teachers, even war will not stop education. All that and more after this. Some people love collecting designer shoes and handbags, but for Lily, she collects designer ang pao envelopes.
As we know, the common signs of Chinese New Year approaching is that the companies would compete to see who would come up with the most eye-catching designs. Malaysians are so used to receiving ang pao from banks and malls. But what about branded packets?
There are some normal, there are some, premiums, those premium ones will be in the boxes like this. and then I mean you have to buy their product only, then they can they will give you one. Some of them even cost like you had to buy $600 worth of their products, and then they give you a pack an ampao. But for this Michael Kors, you have to buy about 1,500. So they will give you a packet.
Lily's collection has grown throughout the years. The envelopes vary in shape, but the interest grew unexpectedly.
Yes, actually I was helping my sister to source for the ampao, but somehow I find it so fascinating. Then I started myself.
Following the recent events where a Malay NGO sent a complaint letter regarding the Chinese New Year decorations put up at SMK Pusat Bandar Puchong 1, Lily shares her 2 cents on ampao collecting.
You will not be based on you are Muslim or Chinese to collect. Nowadays, surprisingly, there are many Muslims also who collect Chinese ampao packet as well.
Recently, Lily organised an ampao exhibition with 2 groups of collectors in One Utama shopping centre, where the collectors could showcase their attractive set of envelopes. She also included Aidilfitri packets.
I think it's good that we had this ampao exhibition, which we included the Raya ones. So everybody was also happy to see. You know, it's not only once, even though it's for Chinese New Year, but we also shared with them together with the Malay ampao as well.
When asked why Lily wanted to hold the exhibition, this was her answer.
I want to share, what is ampao collect? What is ampao collecting? Because I believe those that were attended the exhibition, they were surprised. Wow, there's so many nice ampaos which I haven't seen before. You know.
Lily hopes to hold a similar exhibition for Raya packets in the future, simply to share the wonders of our multicultural nation.
How much more destruction is needed before world leaders take climate change seriously? Activists are attempting to hasten the process with a hike to the World Economic Forum.
Resistance! Resistance! Resistance!
Climate change activists are on a 3-day hike from Landquark to eastern Switzerland to the ski resort of Davos on Sunday to draw attention to global warming at the World Economic Forum this week. Hundreds of protesters gathered in the centre of Landquart, ready to brave the cold on a 40-kilometre march across mountains to snowy Davos. Authorities had approved the first stretch from Landquart to Klosters, but rejected the activists' request to proceed to Davos by road for security reasons. The organisers said they were determined to go to Davos, but would take a smaller hiking path they did not need permission to use. Swedish climate change activist Greta Thunberg made an appearance on Friday, but she would not be taking part in the hike. You know you're dedicated to your profession when even a war will not stop you from doing it. This is a story of courageous teachers who are not giving up on Syrian children. This is the scene at a makeshift school in a tent on the outskirts of a sprawling refugee camp along the Turkish border. The Syrian children here fled their homes with their parents as they came under heavy aerial bombing by Syria and Russian jets that paralyzed day-to-day life and damaged dozens of schools and hospitals. Ahmad al-Hilal, who fled his home in Libet, Syria, is here to teach.
In these camps, we provide students with accelerated teaching programs so that they don't fall behind. We have 40 students here, 60 students there, and 45 students in the other camps. We ask that God help us get our message across in the camps.
He said they provide students with an accelerated teaching program so they don't fall behind. According to the United Nations, women and children form a majority of more than 350,000 people who have fled their homes after renewed assault in Syria since December. The UN Children's Agency, UNICEF, has warned that the war will leave a generation who have never enrolled in school, having a devastating toll on education, with 7,000 schools destroyed and about 2 million children out of class. And that is all from us today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTV.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube and Facebook for the latest news updates. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. I'm Prasad Michael. Thank you for watching.